All right, it's my final day in Berlin, my final 6 hours before I head to the Berliner Philharmonic Orchestra, and I'm just gonna get lost for 6 hours before I make my way over there. My hope is to kind of walk back to the central downtown core, but it's kind of nice to just get lost. Like, look at this beautiful bridge that I'm walking over. We'll see what we find, what we get up to. This is my plan. My plan is to go walk up to the Berlin Cathedral and pay for a ticket to go look at that building a little bit. And then I'll make my way over to the Philharmonic after dinner. Thank you, bus driver, who gave me a free bus ride because I didn't have enough change. Next stop, the Berlin Cathedral. Panoramic view up at the top, but it's gonna take 270 steps. Shall we begin? Currently 4 to 5. I have 3 hours until my concert, to eat, to get there, to explore a little bit. I'm playing a little chance with time right now because my phone is charging with my portable battery, but my battery's almost dead. My phone's at 40%. And my ticket is on the phone for my concert. I have my Google Maps is on my phone. It won't be very helpful getting around without my phone. My plan is to buy a charger, or like a plug if I can, or just find the closest subway station and get back to where I'm supposed to go. But hopefully the phone stays alive until I get into my concert. Oh, and go to the concert early to get my physical ticket, hopefully. I'm so tempted to get something Asian tonight. On my final night in Berlin. Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? Literally, should I do it? I guess since it's raining, I'll go to the mall. All is well. Danke.
Gut.
Done. It was pretty good. But that means because it was a snack, I can go have real food now. So in Berlin, there's the walking paths and the bike paths. And I promise you that if I were here a couple more days, I'm gonna get run over by a bike because I keep walking over there. I almost got run over earlier today. Look at them. Look at them. They're everywhere. I did it. Oh. I'm so happy. One of the last Berlin things to do, drinking in the public square. All done. Cheers. This is my new friend, Flora. She's a hypnotherapist that came from Austria 14 years ago, and I got her other seat, and it's her birthday today. Did you like the concert?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, very nice.
It's Mozart.
Wow, I'm so glad that I got to do that concert and meet Flora. That was so interesting. There were only 2 tickets left when I looked this afternoon, and so I bought one of them. And it turns out she bought the other one. She was supposed to come with her friend. And then they were like, why is there only 1 ticket left? And so she got to come alone on her birthday. And we found out that I was her ticket taker. But yeah, it's kind of neat to think that Berlin has one of the top philharmonic orchestras in the world. And so I got to listen to that. But now I am at Potsdamer Platz. And I'm getting ready to take the train back to Spandau. So. And then I leave tomorrow. One last cheeky stop before the end of the day. McDonald's. Got a McRib. Made it to the airport after a 1-hour train ride through Berlin. Do this 2 more times and then I'll be home. I love traveling, meet random people roulette. Some guy was butting us in the security line because his gate already closed, and he was going to be late, and so that got me and the guy behind me talking, and I found out he's a Christian and he has this crazy life that's full and working as an engineer and has different companies and traveled all over Europe the past 3 weeks. And so it was just a very timely provision that God would send me a friend in my final hours here in Germany. So I just finished chatting with him and he's boarding his plane now, but it'd be cool if we could keep in touch. That was just a cool, neat story I'd like to share. So it's been it's been almost exactly 24 hours since I've landed back in Toronto, back from Berlin. And I thought I'd just close out the vlog with a bit of reflection about how this trip went. It was quite short considering that out of the 9 days, 2 of them were for traveling. But I think I was comparing it to my Korea trip, and I think some of the main differences that I noticed, the first one being that in Germany, because I got to meet my friend's family, a lot of them, like 25 of them, there's like an emotional connection to Germany now, whereas in Korea, I don't have that same emotional connection. Even though I had trouble talking to them or understanding them, as a relational person, I think I just got really caught up with their lives. And so I'm looking forward to seeing them again, whether if it's going there or them coming here. Yeah, I think that was definitely a highlight from my trip. I think another highlight was just meeting people. I love this like airplane roulette / meeting people while traveling. I got to meet a fellow Christian. I got to meet a medical cosmetic person. I got to meet the lead for the talent acquisition for Nike Canada. I got to meet a hypnotherapist at the Philharmonic Orchestra. So it's just cool to see all the people that are around. I think it's also just eye-opening and a good reminder when I travel that there are people that are everywhere around the world. People that need Christ, people that are in villages, people that have different stories and lifestyles. I think another thing that stood out to me, Berlin's obviously known for the wall. And even though I don't understand the history of it a whole lot, and maybe hopefully plan to research it a bit more, I think what was neat was when I was walking next to the wall, even though it wasn't like super tall, but I felt the gravity of it a little bit, to think that I'm on this side of the wall and I was not allowed to go to the other side. And what if my family was there, my friends were there? And so it was just an interesting emotional experience standing next to it and understanding it so clearly. I think another reflection that I had when I'm trying to differentiate between the two different trips, Korea and now Germany, is that in Korea, my friends and I we were on the same mode of like tourist exploration mode, even though I didn't really care about what I saw. Whereas here, my friends were kind of more in family visiting mode and I was in tourist traveling mode. And so I think because of that, maybe expectations were a little bit different, or it was just a different mindset or space to be in. Also, I've decided on a couple of questions that I like asking people when they travel, and so I'm going to try to close out all my traveling vlogs with these couple of questions. So the first one, Thomas introduced me to these like white German sausages that he just boiled and then dipped in mustard, but that was definitely something I really enjoyed, and I would like to find some here, even though I think they're quite expensive. So that was probably the best thing I ate. There were these Dame snack bites that I got at the grocery store. I saw them and I think of the IKEA Dame cake thing. And so I was like, oh, I would like that. And so I had some, but they were just really overly sweet and not great altogether. We were in Hanover for a single day. We were mainly at the zoo with Thomas's entire family, which was nice to meet them all. But I just remember driving through it and thinking like, this is like a clean city, and it just seemed like there was more to discover there. And so I think I would like to go back there. Toss up between the Berlin Cathedral, being able to see that organ or walk the 200 plus steps up to the panoramic view was kind of neat. But I also think the Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra was kind of cool, considering they're one of the best in the world, and me just learning to appreciate music a bit more. It was nice to, on a very last minute, on a whim, kind of go and experience that. Realize I have quite a few other trips coming up. I'm going to a church conference in January, hopefully going to Montreal Figure Skating World Championships to watch in March and visit Ottawa. And then potentially Vietnam / Korea / Hong Kong / Japan, some sort of Asia trip. So you can stay tuned and look out for those. But that's a wrap on this one.